number 1 here. Could throw everyone's names out there. I wouldn't mess up Blez though, because I feel like if I did call him a different name, he would beat me up. Especially, yeah, that's the name I was gonna go with, but I didn't say it. So Blez, don't hate me. Didn't happen. We're gonna see if that's not even close. D13 on the CT side, Bren on the T side. Ooh, another sick transition. I love these. Mitch. I'm sorry.
You know what I love, Jason? It's that those two are probably muted on the stream. You don't hear them on TeamSpeak. So for at least 30 seconds there, everybody thought you were having some sort of schizophrenic episode.
Thought I was?
That's great. Well, I found out.
Do Blood and Dinko exist? I thought they were all in my head.
The Blood and Hawkeye, you mean? No, they're imaginary.
I don't even know why I called him Hawkeye either. Like, I guess I had Hawk on the mind, which is even more weird because I've worked with him like once, but I wasn't even working with him.
Can't stop thinking about him ever since that day. That smile, that damn smile. Yeah, like you can see Bren are looking in towards the A site, and man, they have found a pretty open site. It's a 4-man stack on B. Tamirarita, aka Tamer, all by himself. He's gonna have to hit some sick headshots, and unfortunately doesn't hit a damn thing. Can't even get a bullet out of the chamber, and the plant is already coming in for Bren.
Big gamble coming through. They do have a smoke for Mr. Cap, and they have the kit. They have to deal with the T's already set up inside the site, 2 in pit. They got 1 towards graveyard, 2 in sight. I don't see them retaking this unless they hit some ridiculous shots. Even a P250 for Derek to really play long range here. Smoke comes in again to block them off. They need to block the site on pit, and you see it's going to come down with the smoke. Gonna be looking to just spam away through this one. Score. He's going to be wrapping around towards short. It's all onto him, I think, and he's not going to spot the guy graveyard. Jaw's going to have an easy shot, and Jaw's going to get the goosh right off the bat. And that's it. That's going to be Bren taking the first round.
Couple exits.
I'm running away, but I'm going to stop and headshot one of you before I leave. Oh, no. Okay.
I'm taking the armor off them, right? It's worthwhile, I guess. We go 1-0. And honestly, I think if Bren can convert this round, because D13 seem to be going for a force buy right away, they could be in a really nice spot. I do like that there's a bit of debate around what to do in the second round. At this point, you know, sometimes teams are going to go for the force buy. I think a little bit less frequently they'll take the eco. But it is more so if you're on the T side and you get the bomb plant, you take the eco. You buy it up fully then coming into round number 3. I don't know, even then, sometimes they do force, right? Because they'll take like 2 AKs and try to beat off against the SMGs. I think you're in an interesting set. D13 can do a lot of damage when they've got Deagles in play.
He can do damage. They don't have to hit their shots. This is a commitment rate. Hey, he got 1 in the end. But that should be like a 1 and done spot now. Annihilation. Mir trying to hold on. Tamir falls immediately. Annihilation doesn't have a chance to shoot off a shot. At least a clean shot since the smokes have come down. Bren looking good to get this bomb planted and to defend it. And will D13, I mean, maybe they should look at saving some of these weapons. Retaking these difficult. Obviously, make it expensive for the other side. If you can hit your shots by Annihilation. Miss out on the first. Gonna be rushed down. Pro cleans that up. And score. Last alive against 3. Again, damage would be nice, but that still would be the round nonetheless here for Bren. So far, not bad stuff, but I'm still focused on the gun rounds here, though, Mitch. Like, I want to see how D13 play things out and if Bren can battle it out when it comes to that. Because we know Wits likes to op on the T side, which is something you don't see too often, I feel like, these days on Inferno.
Certainly when you do see it, the level of success can be quite limited. I mean, it's just so hard to find those openings in a map that we always talk about as being so close range. There's all those little crevices to hide in. And for that reason, we might see D13 pulling out something spicy like a Zeus. Haven't seen too many of them in this tournament. I think the first day or two on the bottom of ramp on train. We had one. That was about it. I always wondered, maybe I just don't understand. See on the CT models, the way they've got headphones, and I mean in games like Escape from Tarkov, headphones increase the sound that you hear. How does that work? Is it like mics on the headphones that amplify noise or something?
Well, doesn't it involve like the bone in your ear?
I don't know. I
Like, I
would,
could have sworn there's like earpieces that like work with the bone in your ear to like amplify or to push the sound into your head or to obviously your eardrums and
yeah.
your brain from that, where it doesn't make any
Okay.
sound beyond that. Vibrate. I don't know. I've seen some weird things in my
Fair
day.
enough. A lot of ear bones. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty interesting. So then, technically, the CT should be able to hear better than the Ts. Should have a wider range to hear steps. Broken game. Valve, please fix.
Well, I mean, as I was talking before, the other day about like how cool it is in some VR games with the way they communicate in the game and like a different kind of depth it gives to you. You kind of have to come up with some like interesting ways to talk to each other without giving positions up. Obviously, it doesn't work in a game like CS or it's not being used in a game like CS, but that kind of like extra realism, you know, I think is like super interesting when it comes to like VR games in general. Or like makes things even more difficult. And at the same time, I mean, I guess I don't know why I'm going into straight up VR. There's even like some like cordless headsets, and I remember playing with one back at an event I was at where it was like, so imagine like laser tag, right?
Yeah.
But it was with these headsets on, and it was like in a fantasy world, and there was actually like real life boxes and everything. Like what you saw in game is kind of like what was around you. The structures were all lined up. I thought that was so sick. I think that can make for like a really cool like crossover between esports and the athleticism of a sport.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for sure. Like, I've seen some of the stuff at events where they're like full-sized rooms with VR headsets and like guns and stuff. It's pretty cool. I like the little pyramid. Oh, they're gonna rush him down as well. It's Wits with the AK up close. He should be running for the hills. If anything, the MAC-10 should be sticking around. Wits stayed. Papachulo ran away. Where's the communication there? He gets one, but now dropped, and this is already a great round for D13. They started out with just USPs, nothing invested. They've got an AK. The MAC-10 is probably not going to do anything, let's be real. With that armor, you don't stand a great chance, but still. Oh, you might even get that.
Yeah, you got a little afraid there. And I think you should just be saving this AK. All right. They had two players low, John, Derek, sub 30 HP.
Yeah, I mean that's not really any excuse. I don't know what the hell he was doing.
I'm trying to find some silver lining here, Mitch.
Yeah, trying to be nice, but
trying to be positive today.
I don't know what the hell he was thinking. I think you really got to go for a save in that situation. But all right.
Well, we're seeing the op coming out of him, and he's gonna be looking to, I guess, peek middle. Okay. Trying to change up the nades there. Yeah, he's going for the peek in towards mid. The flashbang again being thrown immediately, and look how fast they're taking banana control. I was maybe expecting D13 to get aggressive with the Molotovs, the smokes that we typically see. There's the Molly to come through. It kind of separates Jaw. A second smoke being committed. And look at the nade damage coming through. Maybe it is going to work out for them. They're going to hold aggressively for the retake rate. We are both picking up a kill apiece. And not a bad start here. The gun round is what I wanted to see. And so far, D13 have lived up to my expectations.
They're taking it nice and slowly now. Over on the Bren side, after losing those players, they need to be a little bit careful as they push on through. Still a two-man stack on the B bomb site. Obviously, this is a situation where you can be very comfortable to just spread back into that initial round 3-2, play quite passive. As you can see, Annihilation's just watching mid, but here they go, pushing on forward right into the two-man stack on the B bomb site. The spray, oh, that flashbang was so perfect, but I think it might have been a T-flash. Derek in with a second kill. Tamer through the smoke, he caught him just up on top of it. And now, still with those two players alive, they've got the bomb planted. And D13 have to retake B. They needed even just a one kill extra on that push.
Well, still scored Annihilation left. Mr. Cap as well. They both hold the same angle on the T side. Let's see, it's like Bro's just going to swivel around to watch towards CT. He gets the first shot. I don't know if he expects the player to be inside a pool, and Mr. Cap will jump over. That's the first. He charges straight into the second, but Derek gets the kill. A quad kill for him, actually. He's up to 7. He rescues the op, and Bren up 4-0. Really have to wonder what was going on for D13 in that round. They get the first 2 frags, and they end up losing it all. 5-on-3? I'd be frustrated.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous. I mean, Derek's openings there The fact that they're able to take the B side only losing one player is absolutely huge. And then he just kept on going. There was no stopping him once he got off to a start.
They just knifed their teammate.
They did. They left click pro on the way out of spawn. You put it on hard difficulty. Why not? Up against the pistols. They might even regret that a little bit later on.
I don't get why that happens so much.
I think because a lot of people play face it and there's no team damage, so they just kind of swing their knife on the way out of spawn as a habit.
Yeah, it's like an OCD thing, I think. Like the clicking, because like for me, even though I have a full clip of ammo and I'm holding an angle, I will generally always hit my reload button just to like make sure.
Yeah.
For some reason. A little tick of mine, I guess.
But how often do you shoot like 5 bullets and reload right away? It's like you definitely don't need to.
You know, I need all of my bullets to get 1 kill. Okay, those 5 bullets that I already used, those are gonna be massive for my success. Quick A site take. Only lose out on Derek. Papachuli down to 6, but this could be another clean round. And Bren getting it started early, and I guess we kind of have to wonder like what kind of Bren will be showing up, as we heard before. You know, this team played some really hard matches already off the bat, and I can kind of run you through them once again. They get a 2-1 over Tiger, a 0-2 against Tai Lu, a 0-2 against Vici, a 0-2 against Beyond, a 1-2 against Mazalai. So they played 4 of basically the top 4 teams, and they've got what, Invictus, Lucid Dream, Divine Vendetta, and here D13. It's going to be easier, their path in towards their victories, but they need to secure the wins. And we saw just yesterday, 5-0 doesn't matter, 8-1 doesn't matter. For some reason the other team always bounces back. I'm curious how long will their streak go before D13 break it. That damn smile, Mitch, every time.
One of my favorite things actually about Tyloo is we must take a look at that when we get into the player picks next time. You know, where you see the whole team lined up. It's that from left to right, they get gradually less happy. Like Dan King's got a massive smile. You go all the way over to the right, and they look like they want to kill someone. It's fantastic.
You gotta have that mean mug face when you're matched up. You know, like in a MMA or you know UFC. It always happen when they're doing like even boxing, like that posing picture. They have to have that mean mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we need.
And Dan King's just jolly on the left side, like I want to play some Counter-Strike. Yay! Yeah.
Getting paid to live the dream.
Exactly. Well, can't complain, can you? Not when you're getting aces like that yesterday.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful on Inferno. This might be beautiful again for Bren. They do have, it looks like the commitment over towards A. I mean, still a lot of time left to go. They're watching their flank. No aggression out of D13 towards B. They're actually both peeking kind of at the same time. And Mr. Cap, well, he's got the smoke in hand, and he's probably going to need it. I'm assuming we're going to see a Molotov directly on top of him in pit. Score tucked away in sight, and Annihilation with the AWP over towards library. Here we go. Molotov, smokes, flashes all being thrown in. Score completely blind, though, and Mr. Cap just gets rushed down. He doesn't even realize they pushed the smoke, and that's the first kill going Bren's way.
They've spotted Score out as well. They know he's there. The smoke goes down to try and get him out of there alive. The spams, the Molotovs. No. He is dead to rights. Hadn't got a single way out. The 3 versus 4. I mean, I don't know how Bren are turning up on this level so early on. I don't know what Papachula was doing there, but still a 3v3 on the retake. It's going to be difficult. The AWP not getting any opportunities. And then in comes Wits, looking for his own, down to Annihilation. Perfect stuff with Tamer left alive. He didn't stand much of a chance. And with that, 6-0. Now, evidently a pretty good map pick for Bren. They've already got as many T rounds as they need. If D13 starts showing up and bring it all the way to 9-6, Bren can still be, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, happy. But obviously, considering a 6-0 start, they do definitely want to bring it up closer to 8 or 9 themselves.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you go 6-0 and then you lose 9 rounds straight, I'd be definitely frustrated for them. I guarantee they pretty much would be as well. And considering they are up 6-0, again, money's not really that safe. Ooh, there we are again. Look at us. See, I like this. I like this little innovation. I would also like to see Droney McDroneface put me in there, but I don't think he has enough CPU power to handle the rendering of my nose. But this is don't laugh.
In 3D.
But this is, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be even more difficult for that. But it's gonna be, I'd still say, a tough battle for Bren, even though they are up 6-0. It's very misleading. We've had 8-1s. Like we've had teams go on these massive tears, and then when it comes down to it, they ended up losing the map before. So let's see if they continue this route, as D13 is just struggling to get their first round on the board.
Yeah, this should be a round that they take as well, right? Which means if we've learned anything, this will be the
Should
round
be.
that D13 find.
Exactly.
I mean, it is Inferno, right? It's pistols on Inferno. These are always dangerous. So many, as we said, crevices, cracks to just hide in and look to find those kills. Pro, I don't know how he gets away with that one. Wright wasn't even partially blind. Gorgeous full spray in the deagle. I respect it. They know there's another player here now because the smoke went down, and they might even think they're running into a stack.
Yeah, throw the AKs away. Be the smartest play here. Don't let Mir pick one up, and oh, not too bad. Gets the smoke down, picks up the weapon. Don't tell me he's getting more than this. And as we said, it should be around for Bren. However, Tamir's making it very, very difficult. And Mr. Cap's actually pushed out a window. He's going to catch him on the rotate in middle. They're not going to expect this. The first kill comes through, and the second. And Mitch, I swear, we should play the lottery sometimes because this is looking now bad here for Bren.
Annihilation's got a deagle. One shot to the body is all he needed, and that is it. 6-1. D13 pick the round, and I told you. What did I say? It should be around Bren win, therefore D13 take it, and the logic prevails. I've learned. See, it's the opposite side of the world, right? So the logic is the opposite way around. It makes sense. I figured it out at long last. I mean, everything about that round was very poorly handled, though, for Bren. They find themselves in a position where they know there's pistols, and yet one of them goes back up to top banana. Sticks around. He's like, oh yeah, I'll try to kill him. Why? Why do you need to do that? Chuck the weapons off the map. They'd already secured them, and leave. Then, moving in towards the A site, they just run with their knives out. Not aware that, yes, you're against pistols. They're going to play wild. They're the kind of ones that are going to push up. You have to know that apartments, even balcony could have been open for that player to peek out of. And although the timing was quite unlikely to work out that well, you still have to be aware of it when you're versus pistols. Sprays through the smoke. Look at this. I mean, it's a 4-man stack towards the A side. There's not a whole lot they can do. When you're in a round like this and you want to full commit A, you got to go a little bit faster, because, or at least show banana presence. Because look at this. Wright's just posted banana. He's got all the info he could possibly need.
There's got to be big kills coming through. It doesn't seem like it's going to be happening. Score. It's even the dink onto Derek down to 13 health. He goes for a peek into the op. He will fall. And Wicks will not be able to clutch us out. And, well, it was 6-0. Now 6-2, and Bren have no money to buy. Like I said, these games can be very streaky just because they're up 6-0. It's misleading. It's not a stomp, even though it did kind of feel like it at some points. And now D13, they should have a third round. Gonna be extra careful. Looks like they might be up just against the Glocks only, but we're gonna see a timeout coming for Bren to discuss some things. Rough times indeed. Now they can be happy with 6, but with how that this map was going in this first half, you had to assume they were gonna get more.
Yeah, you did, really. You do still. You know, considering 6-2, I want to see them at least 8. Well, considering the 6-0, I want to see them at least on 8. And especially considering the manner that they lost that first round in, up against pistols. That's a big mistake. I mean, they've thrown away a great chance at the half. We know this map is quite CT-sided, though, so I guess for Bren, they don't have to be terribly worried. You can imagine that we've seen before, you know, they've got an okay CT side, but never versus really strong teams. Like Beyond, they 11 for them, but I don't really know what was going on with Beyond that day. They didn't look anywhere near on point. They almost lost the series. And you can make the argument that in the group stages, some of these teams weren't fully focused or aren't even still. But in this matchup in particular, D13, this is a big deal to them in terms of seeds and just guaranteeing that they make it to playoffs. And for Bren, again, to make sure that they can even come in with the possibility of making playoffs, they need to beat, I think it's Lucid Dream that they've got coming up. They've got Lucid Dream, and even then they're not guaranteed it. So they need to win versus either a D13 Invictus or Divine Vendetta. And I think probably D13 is going to be the best case scenario for them, because Divine Vendetta have been on fire this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like what I've learned so far casting this is that you can't really predict results. Just because they have their quote-unquote easier matches doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to win it. This is going to be a big push up towards B. Annihilation will eventually get that first shot off and get the kill. And all the backups here. No bomb plant. Glocks. Pistol's not going to work out. Tamira gets a nice little 3-piece. And D13 get a 3-piece with their third round now on the board. But here we go. Bren back on the buy. No up coming through. And this is, I guess, awkwardly enough, one of our, first gun rounds where D13 have everything they possibly could want, even rate on an op. So they're going to the double op setup on defense.
It's not too uncommon, but to see them invest so much money definitely exemplifies just how stacked their economy is right now. Winning those last couple of rounds cleanly, and that was a nice shot. It's not too often you can win an opening duel versus Annihilation, and even less so when he's holding an angle and you've got an AK. The pro does well. He got legged.
Yeah. He gets lucky.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you should have the kill once the opera misses the shot, but he at least fakes out enough to only get, shot in the knee. At least it wasn't an arrow. I do have still Mr. Cap and Pit. Got score in sight. Even have Rate here to help out. They've rotated a player from B since they lost Annihilation. If they lose this round, like they lost 2 ops, they lost a chunk of money. They still have a decent amount to spend, so it's not like Bren's going to be breaking the bank anytime soon. Oh, counter flash coming through to stop the aggression around the side. Smoke's being thrown in, and they line up. Can't peek like that. And that might have shut down the hopes here for Bren to win the round. Utility's going to be almost completely gone. As Pro wraps around with the bomb. Score is going to spot him out, gets the first, and Score looking to be the immovable object. Wits misses the shot, but Derek won't. And they will have the sight in the 2-on-1.
Tamer with a pretty rough retake. Derek's tucked down in the pit. He's about to be peeked on through. Wits holding it with the AWP. And he just swung right into a double peek. Not a lot he could have done. 7-3. Even with the collateral, it's not enough. As Bren take another round and put themselves on 7. This has been a fantastic T-half for them so far. Look at this. Oh, you hate to see it. This shot was nice as well. Score just knowing his angles as he jumps up on top, but it gave away his position without any support there. It was quite an easy frag to refrag. Weaker weapons in play.
Oh, right.
He was blind for, but he just stuck there. He just didn't retreat, even though he was full blind. Sort of respect it in a way, but taking a lot of damage. He's honestly looking to be alive.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Oh, he doesn't die from that. Must have been a good flash from a teammate, but to hold that angle for even longer. So the bomb is going to be planted. It's going to be a 3-on-2. We talked about, 8 rounds. After going 6-0, we should see them be able to lock down 8 at least. They'd be disappointed if they didn't, and we can see that they're already going to be saving on the CT side. Tamir and Rate going to make sure to use these weapons in the next round. And that will be an 8th round. Bren really showing up to play, and again, maybe warming up into the tournament. I talked about this multiple times. You don't want to peek into a tournament early on. You need to make sure that you can honestly keep getting better and better as the tournament progresses. Maybe this is them showing they can.
Well, I want to see a little bit more from D13 when we move to train. That's where I expect them to dominate. But so at this point, I'd be surprised if we don't see the 3 maps. But I think Bren are starting to inspire a little bit all of them. I know, look, Wits isn't having the greatest of times, and I guess you could say then coming over to train, he'll struggle. But it's T-side opping. I really don't. As I said, I don't. He doesn't strike me at the moment as a T-side operator. Very reminiscent of the likes of Esports from Movistar Riders when he began. And he was the kind of guy that he could go at T-side with 2 kills, but then he'd show up on the CT. He was a very passive operator, didn't have that depth to it, but it's something that he learned over time playing against these higher level teams. I always give him big props because I was a big critic of his when he started. Said there was a lot he needed to improve on, but he's improved on it. Now he deserves that respect. I think Wits is in the same kind of position. That there's been inconsistencies there, 100%. There have been problems, but the fact that, he at least has the basics down of CT side opping, I think when we move over to, 6 months' time, can check in again, see how he's doing, and hopefully the work will be there to back up the skill that's already in place.
Oh, this is very fast. Both players on top of balcony. There's nowhere to expect 2 here, Mitch. There should be no way in hell. But
Brings
no
a lot of
flash.
value to just
Yeah.
a FAMAS, right? Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? What is that?
That's a quick round. That's what it is.
What? What? Okay, running out to try and jump to short, I get. Knife out? Nah, don't get so much. And then the second player runs into the team flash. Like, the flash needed to come over first, then the first guy goes out, then the second. I don't know, that was wild.
Oh, now they're going to be saving. Oh, I guess forcing. Never mind. Wrong word came out of my mouth. And Annihilation goes for the aggressive peek. And he's able to get away, more importantly. It's a confidence building in the D13 side, and why wouldn't after that last round? But will Tamir expect Papachulo already here? Oh, he sees him. Some damage, but not the kill. Flashbang to go back into this, and again, the smoke's still there, so it's not like he can see anyone. And they get, I think, a little bit lucky on the T side. The flash comes through, Annihilation's forced back, Incendiary throw on the ground. Poppy's left to himself, and Score can't quite get the spray at all. Eric returns the kill. The rotation towards CT. That's going to be a Raid. That's a double out there pushing against. At least they have the smoke. But Raid, it doesn't seem to care. He gets one through it. D13 will get a 5th.
I mean, they're showing back up, right? That's what we want to see. But at this point, it's very difficult for D13. When they swap over sides, they will need to be convincing. Their T side has to be on point. They can't rely on a double op setup to come through. I mean, maybe they can, but it's going to be a bit crazy. The good thing is, everybody's showing up on the D13 side at this point. We've got a fairly even scoreboard. That was a nice little flick transition. Made down, peak, score. I think at this point you fall back, right? You stuck around a little bit too long. He saw 2 or 3 pistols rushing towards him second mid. And I think swinging wide on that is definitely the right call. The wrong call. No, not the right call. Don't do that.
You said it. You've done it.
People are going to die
Gone
on
and done
matchmaking
it,
because of me
Mitch.
now.
I'm gonna, queue up later on, and I'm just gonna hear people in chats or people in the game over voice saying, "Damn it, Mitch, I trusted you.
I peaked 4 pistols. You told me to." They've got an AK over on that T side. No armor though. So essentially, that's a deagle. Or should be. Miss that first shot. Gun kick's gonna make you pretty much useless. I see the player long. Fast rush afterwards. Oh, get out of there, right? As he got utility, he's gonna smoke. No molly. They can just push on through that. There's a gap in it as well. He's panicked. You can see it. I think the T should get that sense as well. But they didn't. They took their time. If they really realized how poorly that smoke was thrown, I think they'd get a read pretty quickly that he's alone.
In that case, in any matchmaking game I've ever played, people must think I'm always alone at sites.
4-man stack. Ah, smokes.
Well, the AK's not really done much of anything, unfortunately, and well, it does nothing. Only 1 player job for D13. It looks like we're on the verge of having an 8-7.5 still in favor of Bren, but at least 8 rounds T side. Like, that's not bad. We can't really complain or argue with that. It's just more about how they started off so brilliantly, 6-0. And it all their downward spiral all started because they lost against pistols.
Yeah, it's all about context, Jason, isn't it? Like, you go 6-0 up, you lose a round of pistols, then you get a couple scrappy rounds here or there. Yes, we said we want to see them on 8 or 9, and they've already done that, right? So it should be good, but it's the clear potential for a 9th or 10th that's already been thrown away in those last couple rounds that is kind of upsetting. That's the critique that we make. That flash, nobody follows up. I think D13 know what they're up against. Leave 1 player banana, rotate over, 4-man stack A. Way too telegraphed by Bren. As they again slow it down outside of the A bomb site, they're going to run into a full stack. They're not doing themselves any favors.
I mean, I want to say they looked pretty flawless. Being so aggressive, being so fast-paced. When they were winning rounds with the guns, but then we think about the push they made out of balcony. No flashes really, and they got demolished. And we'll score. He's still alive. Don't tell me he can get a third kill here. He will at least gets the damage done for 2. At least rate in the 1-on-3. Guess the pace was picked up. It's looking like the 9-6 is going to be happening. Unless Ray can pull out something magical. Only 8 kills. He has Wits and Papachulo low, but I almost say a little bit lucky with that smoke, though. It's not as deep as he would like to have seen it. Rough towards pit. He's got the kit. He's got a smoke. He's got a flash. He could section off this part of the map, and well, Wits is going to peek directly into a bullet. Now the 1-on-2. Smoke comes in towards sight. He's going to wrap and he gets the one against Poppy, but Jaw will peek. That still came down too close for comfort. He gets a triple kill. And that 9-6 scoreline will indeed be happening here for Bren.
Well, I have to say, Wits didn't really show up, right? He finished that half with 3 kills. And T-set opping, yes, it's difficult. It's not ideal, but you got to be doing better than that.
Well, so one stat that kind of stood out when we saw the comparison between him and Annihilation, that Annihilation has a lot more headshots. So to me, that says Annihilation's better on the rifle than Wits is. And when you come into T side, you know, if Wits is going to be op, and if they're going to want to get him that weapon, he might not have the same impact. It can be very, very, wow, very hit or miss sometimes. Annihilation's not going to miss.
And so far, with the way Bren have gone, they have to be happy with 9 rounds, 100%. I'm curious to see how these ones go, though. It's an opening for the T side. Look at that by Pro. They were watching it. How big are their brains? Man can't even make a play. Annihilation's P2 fitted Wits in the head. Further cementing his role as the top opper on the server. Jazz only good for the single kill to bring over a 9-7 scoreline. D13 should be getting another as well. And with,
like I said, should.
Man, gotta be careful. And you can see that they're going in for Deagles. They're going in for CZ on Papichulo. Wits with the 5-7. 2 kinds of players. Oh, we didn't need to see that. That's a little bit awkward. Fire in the glass. I think after you fire the first 3 bullets, it's more or less just keep spamming left click. Keep the crosshair somewhere near his head and see who RNG chooses.
Oh, it's Amir. It'll be hard. Got 2 angles to cover. Doesn't expect Pro to be there. Doesn't bait any rotation, so he just trades 1 for 1. But again, it's just a Mac 10 being gifted over. It's not really that big of a deal. Oh, I still would almost have liked to have seen him still with his team. They get very nervous when we see these pistols bought up. And Wits will get the 1 with the... Oh my, what? How does he get the 2nd?
Well, already a better second half for Wits. The retake now very much doable. As they look to move in towards the B site and take these fights, they do have to remember range disadvantage is definitely in play. Flash out. Oh no, that's a smoke, is it? Smoke for Banana. Here's the flash coming over in a second from Derek. Doubled. Here they come. Barreling forward. Player up on top. Oh, he's dealt with by Derek. Where's the kills, T side? D13 taking way too long in the swing even. Gives him time to get over there. If he had a kit, that round would be theirs. What was that? That was a good 3-second fight with no kill for the AKs. That should never be happening.
I mean, the Mac 10 came back to haunt them. He got the last kill in the end. I mean, Witch should never have that 2nd kill. He just kind of re-peeks within the smoke. Why is no one spraying down onto him? That's a very costly round. I mean, yes, the round is won. But still, I wouldn't necessarily feel too good about it. Another Mac 10 coming through for Mr. Cap. They're up against the pistols another time. This is more of a save than an investment. Getting lucky is what I want to say. A little bit sloppy, D13. Then again, you know, if that works out, if he rushes straight through, gets the 1st kill, potentially 2nd, opens up CT, you know, we'd be saying what a great individual play.
We've already done good damage to Mr. Cap in this round. This is where D13 need to be very careful of going for individual fights. What, like, again and again they make these mistakes. The deagle out, not good for a kill, but... Oh, we need to see this come to an end. That's twice in a row on long versus pistols. They've just rushed out with a single player. And either been one... well, and being 1-for-1 traded both times. I'll never expect 2 players to walk through the smoke. And they don't. That's a kill. No, the timing. Score happens to look at it just in time. And 9-9 we go. Okay, hopefully this is where D13 tighten up the ship. And start to actually play a much cleaner version of Counter-Strike. Play together, off of each other. Don't peek individually. And one thing that annoyed me actually in one of the previous rounds, where the MAC-10 peeked long, I got shut down in the 1-for-1 trade. There was no flash over from a teammate. He just kind of went, oh, I guess I'll peek it. And flung on out. And you've got utility in a round like that. In a round like this especially. You gotta try flush them out and avoid losing any players. Better to, you know, waste 1k in utility than lose a MAC-10 armor and give them a kill.
Oh, Derek. Oh, Derek, he's up close. He gets the bomb. It leaps forward. He gets away from the team like he didn't want to be in the hands of D13. Papachula gets 2 as well. This round, very fast-paced, but gets completely shut down. Annihilation. He's left alone against 4. I mean, I like the pickup of pace, but there was no flash towards short. I mean, there was no flash. I'm assuming there was a flash out of apartments, but that was a really questionable round here for D13. And again, if it worked out, we would be saying, what a great rush coming out of them. They get shut down and Bren get themselves finally their first round on the board here on the CT side. Yeah, look at that. No flash.
Like exactly what we highlighted as a problem in the previous round. 1 by 1, they're taking fights. There's no trades possible. Where's the utility usage? They're giving Bren so little respect. It's definitely not warranted. For D13, that's a good name. Oh, what? What? Sorry, that did not hit him and blow up at his feet for 15 damage? What? This game is wild sometimes. I don't know. Let me just quote Valve real quick. We fixed the nades. No, he didn't. Absolutely not.
I kind of miss the days of 1.6 where it was just proximity to the nade, how close you were.
Yeah.
It didn't matter about like height differences or anything like that.
Yeah.
Then again, people abuse the hell out of that. Like Dust 2 on B site, that the wall
Yeah.
by car behind it, they would just nade into there to hit you in tunnel.
Oh, that's stupid, yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, Wits, talk about his op, 6 kills. He's gonna need some more. And well, unfortunately, he will be cleaned up, but still score coming through like the big 3 for D13. Score being one of them. Great again, having a slow start, only 12 kills. But let's see if they can hold on to this. It's a 2-on-2. Papachula, if he can win this duel, would be massive, and Score spots him out first. That should do it, except Derek, he gets Tamir. It's 2-on-1. I'm not sure why anyone's peeking in the flash through.
What?
He gets the kill on the score. And Derek's gonna win the round. How do you lose the 2-on-1?
Oh, what an absolute beast. Derek is... Derek's just an animal. What the hell was that? Oh, around the fountain we go. I love it. That's another one for Bren. Okay, can you imagine the morale on that team right now? Derek winning that full blind through the smoke pre-fire. Easy kill. Yeah, that's on him. Oh, it's not that close. I thought because of the line it actually hit him, but that's not 15 damage. Come on. You know, the thing that confuses me about nades is that I feel like there's a very easy system now. I'm not a programmer. Technically, I aced programming at uni, but I absolutely didn't. My lecturer just liked me. I'm guessing it's hard to program or they would have done it, but who knows. Line of sight plus proximity. That's all it has to be. If you can see half your body, it does half damage of whatever the proximity damage is. If you can't see any of your body, and if there's a wall between you, there's 0 damage. And it seems like a pretty simple system.
Yeah, well, you go into potentially the spaghetti code that is CSGO. I remember League of Legends had massive spaghetti code. It's hard for them to change anything. Oh, I don't like this push. Some smoke set up. Bro trying to get in towards Grave. He already gets flashed up. And he's going to be dinked. But he's still alive. What just happened? Pro was completely out of position. He has dinked right off the bat, but he still gets the kills, and he survives with 18 HP. What's going on, Mitch?
I'm scratching my head on these ones, honestly. I mean, this is, first of all, props to Pro. He's hitting the shots, you know. They've got a good setup on the site. Like, it's not that Brenner set up in a stupid way. Oh, jeez, it's just ridiculous. So you had support from Pit. Some of the players are worried about dealing with the Pit player. That was a massive performance from Pro, but what are Bren doing? Or what am Mazalai doing? Not Mazalai, D13. God, we're going to all the team names. I'm pulling the Jason in the start.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You were talking about Bren yesterday. It was Mazalai. Yeah.
Just saying, that was today, at the start of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was yesterday too. I don't remember. Yesterday was a long day. I was working for 17 hours.
But no, I don't know.
Calm down, Dean.
This is screw you. This is a very different D13 to what I'm used to seeing than what we've seen so far in this tournament. A real possibility for Bren to take this, and they're definitely looking like the cleaner team at the moment. There's no denying that, and I'm sitting here giving D13 the benefit of the doubt that, you know, they're gonna figure it out as rounds go on. Their executes will get better, but no, again, it's towards the A site that they look for. They're on their last legs in the economy. A boost up as they look for any peaks on short. Score moving up along the roof. He thinks he's playing Assassin's Creed right now.
Or Detroit Become Human.
Oh.
That's the only two games you ever talk about. That's gonna be a quick kill coming through. Score's gonna fall, and they have jaw there. I mean, I will give Bren this, because I like how they are kind of like peeking off of each other, right? And they're like taking fights with teammates. You know, if one player's holding towards short and he's being shot at, you see another teammate come out of another angle to help him out, especially when they know they're safe from other positions. Like, they're playing, I'd say, better together as a team than what we've seen in the past. And D13, I'm honestly quite surprised. I mean, I understand this is the choice of Bren. But Bren are just looking better, especially their CT side. I have to give them props. Well, giving up 3 rounds, they've taken 4 now. They're up to 13, and might be up to 14. They're up against the pistols. They're rushing straight through, and towards long. They're gonna get around, and they're actually gonna go back to the A site. They're gonna swing this, look for the plant, but Witz is gonna be waiting, and Witz is gonna get the first shot. Gets dinked up, has teammates here. He will eventually close out that kill and the bomb, and, well, Tamir will get a kill, but he doesn't have the round. There's no chance. Bren now on 14.
As we move on into the next map, I think D13 are going to be very, very upset that it's managed to go this way. And we're never going to hear the end of it from Dinko that he got his prediction right. He sure does love when that happens. But that is if D13 take it 2-1. That's if they can find Train, which they should be able to do. I mean, I still have faith that when they swap to that map, they'll be pretty good on it. This is... I mean, you have to be realistic about Train. It's not a map... or sorry, Inferno. Or it's not a map that you usually see D13 play. They play Beyond twice on it, beat them once, lost another. But Beyond on Inferno is not exactly a feat to overcome. They've looked pretty sloppy on this map in particular.
And then also, like, thinking of the future when we get to Train, I mean, I feel like Annihilation should have Witz's number in that every day of the week. At least just from, I mean, I feel so bad because we're being so harsh to Witz, but they're just going off results. Like, it's not even, you know, bias. It's just Witz has just not been hitting as many shots. He loses a lot of the up-close duels, as we saw there on the B site. Or sorry, the A site.
Oh, he got a 2K in the pistol round. He's on, what is it, 7 now?
Mm-hmm. I think maybe 8, maybe 9 now, because he got 2 last round.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And he's playing the A site, 10, okay. And he's playing the A site where they're pushing most of the time, so that's not, it's not the kind of performance you'd want. The AWP out, at least he's found a duel in this one, and D13 again fall behind. They've got a 3 versus 5 retake. Not even retake, just attack to make happen. They've got no progress, no map control. They haven't pushed a player off any angle. I guess they've pushed the CTs back to pit, but that's not any form of disadvantage. Annihilation known to be up close. He's going to walk out. He's running out of ammo as well. At this point, he'll go back for the reload in a sec. Pappy might have pressured him. They know now that he's up above. Derek with the kill. This should be nice and easy. Last player's 10 health, and goodbye score. Well, 15-9. No money over on the D13 side. Normally they would just take pistols, but it's the last round, so they've got to invest.
Pretty clean for Bren. We've been seeing a lot of teams struggle just to close out a map. I mean, there's some innovation, nice little boost up you saw there. And at the rate they're going, I think they should be able to close this out with relative ease. I mean, this seems to be like an entirely different Bren than for what we saw, you know, a few days back. I even understand they did beat Tiger. Wit, so who's going to get away? The double nade comes through, it acts out his teammate. Incendiary as well to stop them from rushing through. And they got the stock here with 3 players. Wits will fall with the rush down, but Pro gets one. They're not going to expect Jaw to be here. Jaw, that should be at least 1 kill. The final, as well, is going to be towards Annihilation, sitting inside of the smoke. How do they even get the bomb down? The bomb is actually pushed in towards CT. Annihilation, this is not the angle you want to be at. He wants to get a kill before he can go back towards site. Tamir gets down Jaw. He's burning up down to 23.
Oh, God. That's a lot of damage done with just a Molotov. That's a lot of damage. And,
Wow.
I mean, there's only a minute left. All right? The bomb has to cross back. It's smoked off. Surely they don't expect Annihilation now. The spam through from Poppy Chulo.
Oh,
Annihilation.
no.
He wants to... Oh, all right. Timer just shoots him through the smoke. Fair enough. That's that one shut down. And Derek's... He's confused. Where's the second player? Only one guy was spamming the smoke. No one's peeked from coffins. Molly to the backside. That should be a kill. He's watching right side run out for Tamer. Did he hear a step there? He seems very sure that Annihilation's in CT all of a sudden. Oh, man. Tamer misses the shots. On low HP, it's an easy spray down. Bomb still has to be planted. He thinks it's
Oh,
A.
no, he doesn't. So he didn't hear him step. Or maybe he
Or
did,
he
but he
did,
thought he rushed. Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, he still can win this. He's got a nade. Annihilation's low. He's going to realize it's now towards B, and Annihilation's just going to play up close towards pool. This nade could come through. Close this out. Okay, it's actually going to go in towards site. Annihilation's got to hit this shot. I'm surprised Tamir didn't get it when Derek peeked in towards CT and wasn't looking. Might have cost them the map. It might have cost them much more. Grand scheme of things. And oh, it is. Oh, he still turns around though. He pulls the 180 and Derek gets the headshot. That's gonna be it. 16-9 here in our first game of the day.
Jason, I gotta say, that was a much cleaner Bren than I expected. Even if I was thinking that they were gonna win this game, I did not expect it in this manner.